Without people like you that took the time and came to an event like this today and are doing things like this to help the Washington City Mission. It helped me in my road, in my path, and in my recovery. And what you are doing and how you're participating, it's helping a lot of people, and it's changing a lot of lives. It changed my life, and while I was there, I watched it change a lot of other people's lives, and that's how the Washington City Mission stays open, is by people in the communities that care enough to participate at functions like this and care enough to donate and help keep the doors of the Washington City Mission open. It changed my life. It saved my life. It helped me in my recovery, and there was times that I tried doing it on my own and I couldn't. I was missing something big, and there's rehabs out there. I'm going to skip forward a little bit. There's places out there like that for people that have problems with drugs, and the Washington City Mission not only helps people with problems with drug and alcohol addiction, but mental disorders, people that find themselves homeless due to loss of jobs. People that just find themselves down and out due to a lot of different reasons, but it helps you in all those areas. They set you up with talking to, they'll set you up with appointments, talking to therapists, psychiatrists. If you have drug and alcohol addictions, you start going to, therapy for that, outpatient, all day, half day, whatever you need. But there's a nurse on staff there. I mean, there's just everything that you need there. Not only that, but one main thing that I was always missing and that a lot of people find themselves without. And that's a God in our lives, because I couldn't fix myself. I couldn't do it myself. I needed God to help me. I needed something more in my life. I was empty. And I come from a background, family, complete, it's drugs, drug addiction in my family, alcoholism, and I was raised in that, and that's kind of all I knew, and dealt with abuse issues. So coming up, I had low self-esteem, low self-worth, PTSD, depression, anxiety, you name it. So I was like just loaded with a lot of bad stuff inside of me. And, just feeling bad, got mixed in with the wrong crowd, skip forward. I ended up serving a lot of years in jail. Never ended up upstate, don't know how, but I counted up the time. I spent a total of 5 years incarcerated. And, just completely lost. But the last year I spent, 4 of them down in Allegheny. The last year was up in Washington. And, it's just like I was at the end, And right now my mom has cirrhosis of the liver. And that was a new finding that I just found out recently. But my dad has, and she's still using in Pittsburgh, but my dad has 31 years clean from a heroin addiction, thank God. Yeah. He always tried helping me. And he's a believer, thank God, And, but 29 years into his sobriety, he found out that he has cirrhosis of the liver as well, because he had hepatitis C. And when I was in jail the last time in Washington, I found that out in a visit. So I was facing going upstate, and he had told me that, and I was dying to get out. And so I was just really at the bottom and taking a good look at myself and doing a lot of soul searching as to what am I missing, And he always kept telling me, you can't do this by yourself. You can't fix you. You're not strong enough and you're not powerful enough. You got to ask God to come into your life. So at any rate, there's one real powerful thing that started, that started this journey at the Washington City Mission. That was just a really, really emotional moment for me. And it was right before Thanksgiving. And I always have to mention this when I speak of the Washington City Mission, because I got to see people doing good things and not expecting something back. And it chokes me up every time I talk about it, but just selfless people trying to help people. I was always so self-centered. I was a taker, not a giver at all. And what could ever benefit me is what I was about. And at any rate, I was sitting there, and it was the night before Thanksgiving, and getting ready to, sit there for the holidays. And I'm looking out my cell window, and I'm listening to Christmas music with my Walkman. And I'm watching all these families line up, and all these kids, they're coming out, and they have all these little Giant Eagle bags, and they're tossing them around. And what was going on is the Washington City Mission was giving out turkeys to all the families that could not afford turkeys for Thanksgiving. And I remembered all the Thanksgivings growing up with my mother that we didn't have Thanksgivings either. I mean, we used to take cold showers in the winter from not having gas on in the wintertime, let alone to have Thanksgiving turkeys. But, and I thought, what a beautiful place. And the women on the pod were talking about, how they help people with addiction and all that over there. And I thought, wow, and the chapel always looked so beautiful, and when it would snow. And I thought, what I would do to be over there. What I would do to be over there and not here. I'm always staring over there. Why am I sitting in here and this is facing over there? It's like a tease, I just wanted to be over there so bad and just have one more shot, because something inside of me was telling me I was done with living that way. And I just always kept praying to God, and finally they ended up redoing my sentence, reconsideration for sentencing. I went in, and they ended up giving me another sentence, and the part of that sentence, I ended up over at Avis Arbor, which is a part of the mission, and it changed my life. And along the way, I ended up watching not only how it changed in my life, so many people, I watched them come in and have nothing, and watch their children have nothing, and they have the donation center, they have the clothes that they would clothe them, they would clothe their children. The kids would then have toys. So it wasn't just about what it was doing for me anymore. I was feeling how I was becoming less self-centered and watching other people actually grow. Instead of being real skinny from addiction, they were being fed over at the kitchen 3 times a day and snacks at night, and eat what they want, and their kids get toys from the mission for nothing, and getting clothing, and watching them pray in the chapel, and it's like they were starting to grow and become healthy. And them too were finding they were growing spiritually, and watching that actually made me want to become a better person. So what it did for me was amazing, and I can't thank the mission enough. As of now, I'm in my 4th semester of school. I never believed in myself enough to even think that I'd ever be in school. But I ended up starting while I was in the mission. I went back to school, and I'm going for social work, and I want to help adolescents. So, yeah. One last thing, I'm actually able to go to school and concentrate on school because through the City Mission they have a Shelter Plus Care program. It's a housing program, and I actually waited on the list, and I have an apartment that wouldn't be capable without the City Mission.
Hopefully we have a little entertainment here and a little bit of knowledge of what the business enterprises compose at the mission. As Shirley mentioned, we run 5 thrift stores throughout the area, in Greene County as well as Washington County, and Monongahela, Waynesburg, Donora, Hansburg, and Jefferson Avenue in Washington. We also, for some of you that may not know, run our online sales. We do Craigslist as well as eBay. So anytime you're in or on the internet, you can just Google us and you'll see what we're offering across that. We also have location in Washington Crown Center, part of the Black Rose Antique Shops. So those are some of the areas that we are involved in today. As you know, we also run a donation recycle center, which also offers Samaritan care not only to our residents, but also to the community of Washington. We also have a mini mission located in Monongahela, where the people in the valley go for help. We're teamed up with the Salvation Army. They can go there for help, and they can be referred into the mission. We are also the dinosaurs of donations. We are the last of the custom pick up at your home donations. So we can actually pick your furniture up at your home, collect your donations for the mission. We're probably one of the last organizations to still do that. You can call and say custom pickup. Your donations are sorted at the donation center and are turned into financial support for the mission through our thrift stores, through recycling, and that's the way we earn money for helping to feed, clothe, and house the homeless. And that's my job, and a privilege I've been for the last 2.5 years.